I am a luxurious, cream-colored faux fur blanket. I first met Liz when she was shopping at HomeGoods. I was hanging among the other blankets. When she saw me, she came up and put her hand against me and said, "Ooh, this is so soft," which made me happy. She was there looking for gifts for family and friends, and she snagged me up and I went home with her. I wasn't sure at first if she was going to put me in another bag or a box like she was doing with the other things that she had purchased, but she didn't. She instead threw me into this weird machine. It was full of water and this slimy but smelling slime. It smelled good, but it was kind of frightening. I was being tossed around and jostled in this machine. And then, all of a sudden, the water went away. And then, I spun around again, but this time very, very fast. After that, I thought I was done, but no, it wasn't over yet. She took me and threw me into another machine. This time, I spun around, but up and down, and it was really hot. It was very frightening, but I lived. Then she took me out, and she laid me on what was called the bed. In this room, it was pretty dark most of the time, and that's where Liz would go, and she would lay on the bed. Sometimes there was another person there called Kyle, but I was only meant for Liz. When she was on the bed, she would lay there. She would get really quiet and calm, and she would pull me onto her, especially because it was kind of cool in there. There were two other things in the room called fans. One was above the bed and one was next to the bed. And I guess their purpose was to make the room cooler. But that oftentimes made Liz cold, and she would pull me onto her, and I guess that's why she purchased me, because she was cold a lot. Well, I liked it. It was a good existence. I really liked how Liz would always take me instead of the other blankets, so I felt very needed, and I was glad I could give her comfort and keep her warm. Well, that would go on for quite some time. Every night when it got dark, she'd come lay down and she'd pull me on top of her, and we would be like that for quite some time. Well, things have been changing lately. It starts out the same. She lays down, she's calm, she's breathing slowly, she has me covering her up, she's kind of snuggling with me, which makes me nice and happy. But then, all of a sudden, her body starts to get really hot, pretty fast. And next thing I know, she is throwing me off of her, quite forcefully, actually. And then, I'm thrown into the middle of the bed in a wad. And man, the first time it happened, I was really scared. I didn't know what to do. I thought Liz didn't like me anymore. I thought I was going to go live somewhere else. Well, after time, I could see that she was near the fan, and she would calm down, and her body would cool down, and then she would be back in bed. And after a little bit, she would pull me back on, and she would snuggle with me, and I felt very happy about that again. But man, is that scary. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to help her. This would go on several times a night, which would lead me back to those machines that spun me around in the water and in the heat. Well, I guess what this is, I heard it called the change or menopause, something like that. And I feel really bad, and I'm not sure how long this is going to go on, but I do hope that it doesn't last forever. Well, I guess if it does, this off and on thing, if it goes on forever, I'm just happy that I'm there to help provide comfort to Liz and warmth when she needs it and she's not already hot. And I'll do that for as long as I can. It's exhausting, but I can tell she's exhausted too. So together, I hope we get through this thing called the change or menopause. Thanks.